Do you think there should be a limit to empathy? Why showing empathy to those in need, your workers, those who have come to ask you for help, or your children or your students? Why showing empathy to them? Do you think there should be a limit to it? Then back to my question. Do you think there should be a limit to that? Take for instance a young man who just started a business. A friend runs to him and says, please lend me 100,000 naira. My wife just put to bed. I need money to pay for the hospital bill. But this is a young man who just started a business. He has money, but he's still nurturing the business. Another friend comes and says, I need to deposit money to save the life of my brother who just had an accident. And out of empathy, he lends the first person, he lends the second person, he gives an arm in the church, he gives to another beggar, and all that. Out of empathy. Or let's say a company owner who has workers. Workers flout your rule, you give a blind eye, they mess up with the company rule, they show some remorse, you forgive them, and all that. Would you continue to show empathy to the point that the life of the company is affected? Take for instance a mother who is overly empathic, who would give out the last thing the family had to live on to a total stranger out of pity, out of empathy. The question is, if we continue this way in our businesses, in our schools, in our families, are we really doing the right thing for those involved? And this is what I term when empathy hurts. For a business owner who goes about lending money to people who are in need, mind you that these people are really in need of it, but he goes about lending money to them even when he is not financially capable to do that, but then he is faced with their situations. Trust me, in no time, he wouldn't even have a business to manage. Or a company owner or a director that gets his rules flouted, things get missing. Every now and then a worker does something that deserves that he or she is sacked, but they show little remorse, he forgives them. I mean, after all, if he sacks them, how would the family feed? Empathy. Sounds nice, but there should be a limit to empathy. It gets to a point, empathy begins to hurt. In John chapter 2 from verse 13 to 16, Jesus walked into the temple and he found men and women doing business in the temple. He took the cord in the temple and flogged them out of the temple. I mean, this is a holy place, different from a business place. He overturned the table of the money changers. He chased out those who are even selling pigeon and dove used in the temple. Do you think empathy would have worked there? I mean, this is their business. This is how they make their living. But there is a standard that Jesus wants to restore. So also you business owner, company director, school manager, parents in the family. You don't have to give your child everything because they asked for it, because you want to show empathy. You will be destroying that person. You will be destroying your own company if you let everything go. And it has a way of entering into the subconscious of those who are working for you to think that they can always get away with everything. After all, our director, our CEO is merciful. He will always forgive. And within a short time, you wouldn't have a business to manage. So the thing is, empathy is important. In fact, as a Christian, you are expected to show empathy, to be empathic to those in need, those who are suffering, the sick. But don't show empathy that will bring you down and make you a beggar. Before you show empathy and lend help, make sure you are capable of doing it. And as you're running your business, running your company, running your school, in your family, it comes to a time that you must take that seemingly ruthless or harsh decision that people are not going to be happy with. But you know that that decision is for the good of the family, the good of the business, the good of the company. You must take it, irrespective of who is involved, no matter who is angry and who is not angry. You take that decision, set that standard, and stand by it. Because you have to grow. If you fall, you'll be laughed at. So don't show empathy and become a beggar. Show empathy when you're capable of. Show empathy when you're strong. Show empathy when it will build the life of the other person and also sustain you in your business, in your work, and in your family. Don't give out all that your family have to live on because you want to make someone smile. Don't keep on forgiving a worker who deserves sacking because you're showing empathy and then your business is falling. Your business is dying. Don't kill the company because you want to forgive all the workers. Empathy is beautiful, but when it begins to hurt, watch it. When it begins to hurt, you have to retrace your step. Thank you very much. May God bless His words in our hearts. See you again next week. If this content is useful, like, comment, and share with a friend. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this YouTube channel and press the notification button so that you'll be notified when a new content is dropped. See you next week.